A study shows that there is no improvement in the average scores of Filipino students in reading, science, and math. Based on the 2022 Program for International Student Assessment, the Philippines' performance in the three subjects was just about the same when it first took part in the assessment in 2018. Results from the 2018 PISA shows that the Philippines ranked lowest in reading and second lowest in math and science. In the 2022 assessment, the Philippines ranked 6th to last in reading and mathematics, while in science it ranked 3rd to last among 81 countries. PISA is a global study conducted by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which evaluates the academic performance of 15-year-old students in the three subjects every 3 years.
In 2018, Filipino students participated in the Global Program for International Student Assessment, or PISA, for the first time. The results were alarming. Students in the Philippines ranked last in reading and near the bottom in math and science. But what's behind these low scores, and how these impact students and the country's education system? The Philippines' low ranking on PISA raises serious concerns about how well students are prepared for the future. PISA measures critical skills like reading comprehension, math proficiency, and scientific knowledge, but Filipino students are struggling to meet basic standards. So, why this is happening? To understand the problem, we need to explore the key factors that influence these outcomes. But first, what exactly is PISA? PISA, or the Program for International Student Assessment, is an exam that tests 15 years old in reading, math, and science. It's designed to assess how well students are prepared for real-world problem solving. Countries all over the world participate in PISA, but in 2018, Filipino students ranked last in reading and performed poorly in math and science.
So what's causing this? One major reason is socioeconomic status. Many students come from low-income families, which means they have limited access to resources like books, tutoring, or even basic technology. Another reason is the teaching quality. While the Philippines has many dedicated educators, not all schools can provide the same level of instruction. And then there's test anxiety. Many students struggle with stress and nervousness during exams, preventing them from performing at their best. Lastly, the misalignment of the curriculum. What's taught in schools doesn't always match what's tested on international assessments like PISA.
We know that poverty and unequal access to educational resources are key factors, but we still need to understand how cultural factors and the format of the test affect students' performance. For example, does the language barrier play a role in how Filipino students interpret and answer questions on PISA? Studies that analyze PISA results offer valuable insights into the reason for the low performance of Filipino students. For example, research has highlighted the role of metacognitive awareness in improving reading and science skills. Students who understand and apply effective reading strategies tend to perform better. Another study identified family resources and students' aspirations as important factors. Interestingly, students with higher aspirations and pride in their achievements are often identified as poor performers, indicating that psychological and emotional factors are also at play. Research also points to negative social experiences, particularly bullying, as a significant factor in poor performance. Students who experience bullying tend to have lower achievements in science and other subjects. Moreover, the socioeconomic status of a student's family is a consistent predictor of their PISA scores, with lower SES often leading to lower performance due to limited access to information and communication technologies, or the ICT.
Here's the graph that consolidates all the data or findings gathered according to the 5 researches.
first factor is metacognitive awareness or reading strategies. Second, inadequate teacher training. Third, resource shortages. Fourth, ineffective educational policies. Fifth, socioeconomic barriers. Sixth, limited research on educational practices. Seventh, negative psychosocial experiences. Eighth, declining subject scores. And lastly, the need for comprehensive solution. The gathered data highlight key areas that affect Filipino students' PISA performance. The metacognitive awareness and the use of reading strategies play a major role in determining student success, particularly in science. Inadequate teacher training and research shortage significantly impact students' ability to engage in effective learning. The socioeconomic barriers and negative psychosocial experiences like bullying hinder motivation and achievement. The declining subject scores in reading and science indicate persistent issues within the education system. These factors collectively shows the need for targeted intervention that address both academic and emotional support to improve educational outcomes in the Philippines. We base these evidences according to the 5 researches we've gathered, and these are profiling low proficiency science students in the Philippines using machine learning by Abby Bernardo, unpacking underperformance learning mindset and the challenge of academic achievement among Filipino students by Jason Alinsunurin, materials, resources, climate change, and achievement variation in the Philippines, insight from PISA 2018 by Je Trinidad, addressing the poor reading performance of Filipino learners beyond curricular and instructional intervention, authored by Rochelle Irene G. Luca. Assessing Educational Progress, a comparative analysis of PISA results 2018 versus 2022 and HDI correlation in the Philippines by Josephine V. Asido and Dennis G. Cabales.
Overall, the main causes of low PISA scores in the Philippines include poverty, teaching quality, and test anxiety. These issues are interconnected and lead to a range of negative effects. Low self-esteem is a common consequence for students who consistently perform poorly on standardized tests, while less funding for school can result from poor national performance, creating a cycle of underachievement. Additionally, poor policy decisions may fail to address the root causes of the problem, leaving students and schools at a disadvantage in future assessments.
These causes of poor PISA performance in the Philippines are complex, involving a combination of socio-economic factors, inadequate educational resources, and emotional challenges faced by students. To improve these outcomes, a comprehensive approach is needed that addresses both academic instruction and the psychosocial factors that impact student learning. Through better policies, improved teacher training, and increased access to resources, the Philippines can begin to see progress in future PISA assessments, helping to ensure that Filipino students are better prepared for real-world challenges.
One minute, please. Time, thank you. Could you all please put down your pens and bring your papers to the front of the room? Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, you're too late. Gave you plenty of warnings about time. You failed. Sorry.
Excuse me, do you know who I am?
I have absolutely no idea.
Good.